Welcome back, everyone, to Iraqi Dinar News Updates, your trusted destination for the most accurate and up-to-date insights on the Iraqi dinar and related financial developments. If you're holding IQD or closely watching the global currency environment, today's update is one you won't want to miss. All eyes are on Wells Fargo as speculation grows over a significant rate announcement expected at 5:00 p.m. today. While our core focus is the Iraqi dinar, major moves by leading U.S. banks often ripple across global markets, and that could indirectly influence currencies like the IQD. So what exactly is anticipated from Wells Fargo? Although the bank hasn't revealed specifics yet, such announcements often involve shifts in interest rates tied to key financial products. Think savings accounts, certificates of deposit, CDs, home loans, and business lending. Changes like these don't just affect U.S. consumers, they reflect broader economic forces and impact investor confidence around the world. As of May 4, 2025, the exact nature of Wells Fargo's potential adjustment remains under wraps. However, several influencing factors are at play. Recent moves by the Federal Reserve, inflation trends, economic performance indicators, and competitive pressure within the banking sector. When the Fed adjusts its benchmark rate, commercial banks like Wells Fargo typically follow suit to maintain alignment with national monetary policy. That's especially true if the economic data points toward inflationary pressures or expanding GDP. For example, if inflation continues to rise, banks might respond by increasing interest rates to attract more deposits and offset the diminishing value of money. On the other hand, if economic activity is surging, banks may adjust loan rates higher to balance rising demand for borrowing. Even within the competitive banking landscape, rate changes at one institution often lead others to act similarly, just to stay competitive. Now, this 5 a.m. announcement from Wells Fargo is strategically timed. By revealing the news after regular U.S. trading hours, the bank allows markets, analysts, and clients time to digest the information before the next day's trading opens. That usually signals that the change might be significant. What might the impact be? If the bank raises interest rates on savings accounts or CDs, it could be welcome news for savers, providing a stronger return on their deposits. In contrast, an increase in mortgage or loan rates would make borrowing more expensive, potentially affecting homebuyers, businesses, and consumer spending habits. Additionally, any movement in the bank's prime lending rate, the standard used to price many types of loans, could trigger wider market shifts. Promotional rate changes are also possible. These are often rolled out to attract new customers or encourage certain banking behaviors like long-term deposits or bundled financial services. Now, you might wonder, how does any of this relate to the Iraqi dinar? While not directly tied to the IQD, developments in major economies like the United States influence global capital flows, exchange rate benchmarks, and market sentiment. If interest rates rise in the U.S., the U.S. dollar could strengthen. That, in turn, might shift the relative value of emerging market currencies like the dinar. So, watching what major financial institutions do and how markets react gives us important context for the broader currency picture. Additionally, banks like Wells Fargo serve as indicators of overall financial health. Their stability, policies, and performance are often interpreted as barometers of the wider U.S. economy, and a strong U.S. economy generally supports global financial stability, which can positively affect markets in places like Iraq. On the flip side, uncertainty or volatility in major financial institutions can rattle investor confidence, especially in risk-sensitive assets and currencies. That's why, even though we focus on the Iraqi dinar here, keeping tabs on key moments like this one from Wells Fargo helps us better understand the terrain we're navigating. Once Wells Fargo makes their announcement, it will be important to analyze the specifics, not just the numbers, but the reasoning behind them. Any statements or commentary from the bank may give further insights into their economic outlook, rate strategies, or response to market conditions. For those of us closely tracking the IQD, the key takeaway is this: Global financial developments don't happen in isolation. They are part of a larger framework that can influence how currencies like the dinar perform over time. Factors more directly affecting the IQD still include Iraq's domestic economic strategy, oil revenues, fiscal reforms, and political developments, but understanding how the global financial landscape evolves helps us make better informed decisions. In short, Wells Fargo's rate update, though centered in the U.S., could carry echoes that reach beyond American borders. Whether it's a sign of rising inflation, a reflection of competitive shifts in banking, or a move to align with Fed policy, we'll know more after 5:00 p.m. As always, we at Iraqi Dinar News Updates are committed to keeping you informed, offering not only direct updates on the IQD but also expert analysis of the global financial context that surrounds it. We will continue monitoring today's developments and will bring you follow-up coverage once the bank's announcement is made. Thank you for being part of our growing, well-informed community. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss our next analysis. Until then, stay alert, stay informed, and stay ready.